Hi, I'm Lucy from Goldbury, and today I am here with Julia Harwood, and she's a mixed media artist, and we're going to do some flower arranging. We're going to be looking at British flowers, and we are in late May now, so they are sort of late spring flowers, and yeah, we're going to have a go at making an arrangement. So, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the foliage. So here we've got some. This is quite new to me, and I think it's pronounced Enkianthus. That's how it's spelled anyway. But it does have these. It has these beautiful little pink bell-shaped flowers. So as well as our foliage, it's also got flower on there. So we're going to start with some of those, and we have got some Solomon's seal as well, which again has got some white flowers at the bottom.
Is the idea that just goes over the side and drops down there?
Yes,
Oh, nice.
you've got it. So yeah, when we're doing our arrangement, it's nice to think about the height, but also having something that's going to tumble sort of over the side of your arrangement. So we've got those ones there. So we'll start with our foliages, and then we will look at the flowers, and you can have a little, you can choose of what flowers you want to use.
Wow, very exciting.
You also want to make sure that you've got nice clean stems. So choosing,
just digging in, am I?
Yeah, just dig in, choose what stem you want, pull off anything that is going to sit below the water.
Yeah.
And just pop that to the side.
And I'll chop the bottom off again, do I?
Yeah. So sometimes, before I'm going to pop it in, I sort of like to measure it against the
it's a bit
vase
tall,
or
mine,
jar, so that you can see. You know, you might think I want that to, drape.
I'm just going in with that.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go
okay.
for it. Nice. So lovely, and you can always change it as well as we go along.
So you've got yours a bit deeper than mine. Is it a good
Yeah.
idea to have the first leaf just above the top of the jar, or does it matter?
It's up to you. Obviously, you don't want any leaves into the jar. Probably mine there is a little bit close there, but
Lovely.
there we go. Just to point out that they are just using recycled jars as well today, so you don't even need a special vase for this. You can just use anything that you've got at home in your recycling bag. So I'm probably going to have one side as being, sort of quite low here, and then the other side is going to be a bit higher. I do like to have mine sort of an asymmetric sort of look. But
Oh, right, yes, okay.
it's completely up to you, really. You can go quite symmetrical with it.
So mine's decided it's going to be symmetrical no matter what I do.
That's right. What you will find is as you get more things in there, they'll start to hold each other.
All
up,
right, okay.
and then you can move things around.
All right,
So
so this has got like a woody stem. Does that make any difference?
yeah, so if you have got quite a woody stem, it's a good idea to, when you snip in the bottom, always cut at an angle obviously, but then snip up as well like that, and if you can do a sort of cross at the bottom, so one side and then the other side, and then that just obviously makes a larger surface area, and it will be able to get some more water up there. Again, you might want to just have a look at that, see how it's measuring against your jar. Some of these are quite upright,
It's quite
but
tall, is it? How far have you got yours in?
I've not decided yet. So I've got sort of,
That's
a
quite
branch
high.
coming off there, so I don't really want to probably make it much shorter than that. Otherwise I'd have to cut that branch off.
Do you have all these in your garden? Is this in your garden, or is this?
This is actually brought in from a supplier, so most of these, a lot of these flowers are from a British supplier, but some of them are from my garden.
No.
So yeah, as well as obviously I grow a lot of the flowers, but I do also order in, but they're always
I suppose it's not
British.
easy. Like when we're growing with the seasons, you're not going to get all the flowers straight away, are you?
No.
My garden's very green at the moment.
Yes.
It's not got. I mean, it has got flowers coming out, but they're only just starting to come.
No, exactly. Like, I mean, so these Sweet Williams here, I've got mine are just coming up now, and the buds are there, but I've got none open yet. But so when you are buying them in, you often get flowers that are, you haven't seen your garden just yet, but the suppliers.
I suppose they kind of force them, do they? They're
Yeah.
so they're still grown here, but
yeah.
they're just.
So yeah, still British grown, but they might be grown in a tunnel.
Oh yeah.
and obviously a lot of them come from as well, like down in Cornwall, and I imagine it's warm.
People warmer down. Yeah, they're here in the Midlands.
So you want it to almost look, it's not a nice bit, like an arrangement with the foliage before you start adding in any of your flowers. I like to go for it looks like it's like a garden in a vase.
Do you make yours so that it's kind of viewed from one side, or do you make sure it views from all sides?
It totally depends what it's for. So you can make it so it's very front facing, or you can, if it's going to go on a table and it's going to go in the middle of a table, say for like a wedding or an event, you want to make sure it's looking good from all sides. But often I'll just sort of make it quite front facing and then just go around the back and tuck in a few like extra flowers. So
I think I'm going to go front facing.
Right, I think I'm probably quite happy with my foliage. What are you thinking about yours?
I'm thinking it's in the jar. I look at yours and yours is so arranged, and it's got really nice asymmetrical, and mine just...
No, yours looks lovely. Yours is looking quite similar to mine, to be fair, as well. And I think the wind is trying to destroy it though. I think we might start with some of the filler ones. So the filler flowers are like these here. This is Sweet Rocket. That smells amazing. That has come from,
lovely.
From the patch. So these are great because they fill quite a lot of space, and they're nice and airy, and they add a great scent as well. So we'll probably start with some of these, and then you can choose which other sort of filler flowers you might want to have. So our focal ones today are probably going to be these ranunculus that I've got, which have come from the garden. We've got a few anemones, and we've got these lovely lilies, which are beautiful. I don't often use lilies, but those are gorgeous as well. And some Alstramira as well at the end, and obviously all of these that we've got tucked away behind us. So you can sort of choose, maybe think about what colours you might like to have. Sometimes it's nice to pick sort of two themes of colours, so like maybe pink and a purple, or it's totally up to you. So thinking about what colours you might want to use.
I quite like the orangey hues, but I like pink as well. So pink and oranges.
Pink and oranges, like it. And often, say if you've chosen pink and orange, and you might want to you can put white in there as well. So it's almost like with the green,
gives it a little bit of breathing space.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like when I'm doing a painting, it needs to have a little bit of breathing space. It needs to have a bit of light in there, no matter what colour I have. Otherwise, it's just too much going on.
Definitely. Okay. So with the rocket, we want to start with stripping our stems again. Because we've not done most of these. I have cleaned for you.
Thanks, Lucy.
You're welcome. And then, so again, measuring it against what you've got in there already.
Are you trying to fill the middle? What's your plan with
that? So basically I'm going to want to follow the shape that I've created already with the foliage, right? So I've got this sort of going quite tall here to the one side and more upright, whereas this side is going more down and flowing towards the table. So I'm probably going to try and get some flowers up here on this side to follow with this shape, and then some sort of angling out on the other side right over here. So with the Sweet Rocket, I probably am going to try and tuck it in just a little bit as well. It's almost like though when you're doing flower arranging, it's like you just go with what feels good. Do you know what I mean? I can't explain it. Like you go with your what's the word?
Gut.
Yeah, your gut feeling. Yeah.
So to give you a little bit of background, I've met Lucy on Instagram when we were growing flowers. So I love growing flowers, but I cannot make a bouquet. It's not my. Wow. It's not in my my skill set. But so I'm loving this.
Julia does the most amazing artwork, which I will put the links down below for her Instagram account. So I have full faith in you that you will be.
I do kind of collect flowers though and just sort of dump them in a vase. No, yeah, I'll do.
Well, you won't
But,
anymore.
yeah. No, I won't.
So yeah, so once you've had a look at the sweet rocket, you can start thinking about other ones. The other ones that I find are quite good for sort of filling that space are the Alströmera as well, and they're great because they have one stem and like 4 flowers on there, which is
So it's
lovely.
not taking up too much space.
Not
in
taking
it.
up all your
Right.
space in your vase. So yeah, I'm going to go with a white. I think I'm going to go with sort of pinks and whites with mine. I'm going to change my mind, and then maybe like add in a darker colour as well.
I'm fully aware that I'm sort of copying your design at the moment, but I will go off once
No,
I'm
it's taking inspiration. I think. Like normally, obviously, I'd be arranging it. You'd be arranging it to face you as well, wouldn't you? I'm sort of arranging it out.
I started doing it outwards, and then I thought you're just going to have to trust me that I'm doing it because, yeah.
Do also have what you're probably spotting a lot at the moment in the hedgerows is some cow parsley. So luckily I've got lots of this growing on our allotment, but you know it is, you can spot it in hedgerows and things, but you just have to be very mindful if you're foraging for things that you know what the laws are in your local area. But
Because you can't just take flowers, can you? Is there something to
no, you need to have permission from whoever owns the land. But you might be lucky to have some growing as well around your front garden, or it is beautiful and it is everywhere at the moment. Now you're getting on.
Doing
I think
alright.
that's looking really nice.
Yeah.
So what I like to think as well is, as you're going along, is you don't want to be looking at your jar and just seeing like a wall of stems. So as you go along, think about filling that space at the front near the edge of the jar. It's almost sort of hiding those mechanics of all the stems. And obviously we'll be doing that more with the focal flowers as well. What sort of flowers do you like to grow?
I love a dahlia. Absolutely love dahlia. I have lots of dahlias in the garden.
Any particular favourites?
I really like the big dinner plate ones. So if it's going to be really big and blousy, I really like that. But I also like the single ones where it's very open so that the bees can get to it as well. So I've got quite a few of those.
Wildlife friendly
definitely.
ones as well.
I love alliums at the moment.
Oh yes, that's
mad
another good
colours
one
in
at the
the garden.
moment. Yeah, we've got quite a few of those actually growing at home, and I thought, should I bring some? And then got quite a lot.
Yeah, you've already got quite a lot of flowers.
Definitely another good one for late spring flowers.
And at the moment, because they're all over everywhere that I've put them in, the geums are looking really nice.
Oh,
They've got
yes.
a really lovely
That's not
orange
something
geum.
I've grown yet actually,
Yeah,
but
it's beautiful because they come up in really lovely stems as well. So they're a little bit like, I can't remember what you called those. Once again,
these Alströmera.
Alströmera. They're like that with the coming off on the little branches, but one stem. So they're really pretty as well.
They are gorgeous. They come in such lovely colours as well, don't they?
Definitely.
Right, I think I'm going to be ready to start adding in a few focal flowers now.
Do I need something else? Do I need something there that's not white?
So you're going to go with pinks and...
I think I like all the oranges and
Yes.
the pinks.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it, that Alströmera? I think you could maybe tuck something else into
That's
that
a bit of
space.
a gap, isn't there, in that little bit there?
What
Every time I do it, pick me to it. Look.
I'm arranging mine so it's front facing, so I'm just having a look at how it's going at the front. So it's nice to have things at different heights, and to even though you want to see all the flowers, you don't want just something in there it's not doing anything, you can't see it at all, but it's nice to have some things that are quite lower down in the arrangement so they're just sort of like peeking out, and then it's nice to have some things that are sort of floating above the arrangement as well, which we'll come to at the end. But I do really like the shape that you've got there actually, this Enkianthus, which I'm probably saying wrong. That looks gorgeous there. And what you could do is tuck something just delicate sort of flower in amongst those, just to break it up a little bit as well.
Yeah, lovely. Like it so far.
So we will go on to our focal flowers now, I think. So we've got some gorgeous ranunculus. So they are nearly at the end of their season now, but they have been gorgeous this year. It's been very good ranunculus. I grow them in a tunnel at home because they can be very fussy.
Yes, very fussy.
Fussy. We've chatted a lot.
We have talked about ranunculus, yeah.
Had many conversation about the fickleness of ranunculus.
It's when you grow lots and then you get one. Come on.
Oh, it is so gritty. But yes, they like
you've
things
got it
not too
sorted
hot,
though.
not too cold, not too wet, not too dry. But the tunnel is very, very handy. So I'm going to be using some of these, and we've also got a couple of anemones,
They're beautiful.
which again can be a little bit tricky with the growing.
So those ones, I literally just chuck those in the garden and they come off.
Done well.
Yeah, they're really
That's
happy.
obviously where I'm going wrong then.
Because you've been too nice to them.
We will choose some of our focal flowers. We've also got some lovely carnations, which they're quite a small flower, but if you can bunch a few together, so that would look quite nice.
I quite like the buds on them as well, because that gives a little bit of different shape.
Yes, a nice feature on there, a bit of interest there. And then we have obviously got our snaps as well. So with the snaps, they are, it's not like a focal flower as such. I'm trying to think what I call them, like a spine.
In art we call spine. We would call that a hero. It's like a hero colour. That's like a hero flower. It's like
Nice.
going, look at me.
Love it.
Yeah, spiky.
So this is going to be really great for following this taller shape that we've got on the one side. And also, I mean, again, you could cut it really quite short and have it coming over the side on that side as well. They are it's quite a big flower. So I think it could be quite dominating if you had probably too many in there.
So it was following that one that I've got coming over there.
Yeah,
something
definitely.
like that.
Yes. So it's got a nice shape to the end of it there, hasn't it? I'm going to tuck mine between my iris.
I like that. Yeah, I saw an orange.
Oh yes, that's my favourite one that I've grown this year, that colour. Absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful. Look at
It's funny, I don't actually remember buying that colour.
that.
So it was a lovely surprise.
So finding it again is going to be interesting.
Yes.
So where would you put something like that? Is that something that would go right in the something that would go in the middle, or is it something that would?
So these are going to be your focal flowers. So it's just sort of what your feeling is, I
So
suppose.
maybe if I
It's
just
a
pop it
nice
in and see
longish
if I
stem,
like
isn't it? Yeah. So
Maybe if I got it so that it fitted in that before.
I think it's nice to have your focal flowers as well being, a little bit off centre. Like if you just had one right smack bang in the middle of your arrangement, it would draw the eye just straight there, wouldn't it, to that middle bit of your arrangement. But if you sort of dot them,
Let's go in there, Lucy.
I like it. But so you can have one there, and you might want to sort of, balance them
Balance it.
out with. I'm not sure about. I don't know if these might be a little bit too big actually. This arrangement today. These lilies. What do you think? I feel like it might.
So I like how delicate it is
Yes.
at the moment. It's not.
I'm going to go with this pink ranunculus. I think that's my favourite.
Beautiful.
So that's the front of my arrangement. I'll show you, but then I'll
short.
We're going to cut that bud off there as well because it's going to go into the water.
So yeah, you've got some sort of focal point
And I
down
might,
there.
yeah. So like we were talking about having some close to the edge on the sitting on the rim of the jar. You can cut them quite short. Don't be afraid to cut them short.
Okay.
And just sitting them. And then I might go in with one of these lovely anemones a little bit higher. In fact, I don't think you need to cut that, but I'm just going to give it a little snip so that it's able to get some of that water a bit easier. Right, that's looking very lovely.
Alright, that's probably the nicest bouquet I've done.
It's gorgeous.
Even when I'm growing my own flowers and I try really hard and I put it in and just go, what is that? And then, you know, I look at and yours are always so lovely because they always look very relaxed. It's like, you know, you can see every flower and it's very pleasing to look at. Mine always look like they're going,
No.
why have you put me in this jar?
Actually, some of these carnations are quite similar to this ranunculus that I've got here.
Hello,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I might go for a few of those. Might get them going. So as well, you can think about what they might look like from the side. So if they're coming out at the side a little bit. And I think when you're looking at British flowers, like it makes you focus more on the different seasons and what's available at different times, and get to know them all very well. Right, so I'm just looking at mine now to see if I feel like I might put something over here into this space.
Oh yeah.
Do love as well a wonky
A
stem.
wonky stem.
A wonky stem. You can't beat a wonky stem, especially for like. And you've got your part that's going out over the jar a little bit. Might do some more flower arranging
Yes.
at home.
I think I will. Go home and see what I've got in the garden.
It's quite relaxing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I've got like not very much going on. There's loads going on here, that it sort of needs something there.
So
I've got those out, but I think they're a bit much.
you could go with there's a couple of I've got these actually white carnations. Which might just be a nice, delicate
Bit of floof.
yeah, just
In
sort
there?
of- I would, because I think, like you said, you've got a nice arrangement there. Maybe if you follow this shape a little bit more, so it's just opening it out a little bit. That's a nice ranunculus as well.
Okay, I'll get that one in there.
So yeah, and then once you've got that there, though, I think you could follow that even a little bit more and tuck something into that bit there. So either or maybe
Oh,
even
yeah.
some cow parsley
Yeah,
would look
maybe
really
that's what it's
nice.
missing.
Yeah.
A bit of
floaty.
bit of fluff.
Yeah, it's nice to create like you said about the artwork as well, like that bit of space. Probably finished with mine. Although you could just keep faffing with it, couldn't you?
I'd be very good
Just
at that.
keep going.
Just keep going.
I'm just wondering whether to add in like
The nicest bouquet I've ever done.
That's beautiful. So sometimes I like to then just add like one or two, like, oh, those are gorgeous, dark flower
would you put those together? Or always
So
have it like a
I
size balancing up the...
Yeah, I would maybe use that as well to sort of balance it out. Maybe even here, so it's sort of coming out at that side bit. The wind is destroying my arrangement. I think that looks very nice. You can always just sort of tease your flowers out as well a little bit, just to obviously create that space.
Yeah, because they've all gone.
Yeah, they
Right.
as you like obviously push it in stems, don't they? They all sort of jiggle further into the vase. The last thing that I always like to add is something a bit that's going to dance above your bouquet, and that's often a kind of grass. So I've got some different grasses here that have come from the patch. So we've got some breezer, maximum,
Yeah.
and then this is just another
Grass.
grass, yeah, another grass, yeah, which
It's lovely.
I just love them. They're all different shapes and colours that you can find at the moment. So if you have them popping up in your garden,
Yeah.
don't get rid of them.
You chuck them in a bowl.
Yeah. So again, you can use some of those just to sort of dance above your arrangement or out to the side. These make such a lovely sound as well. Yeah.
Anything else I could do? Maybe I'll...
What are you thinking?
that bit further over there. I don't know if I need anything. I feel like I've got...
Oranges there. The only thing like maybe you could have wanted an Alstromera like over there.
yes, okay. Like in that gap a little.
Yeah. It's then trying to slot it in without.
Yeah. Every time I put it in, it turns itself. Make it a little bit shorter. So.
You could pull off some of those leaves as well, and then
These
it might
ones?
just go in a little bit easier.
I think it's lovely.
Yes, I think that looks really lovely. I love this shape that you've got here, and I think putting that bit of cow parsley in just
Yeah, give it some floof,
Yeah.
floof in the
Yeah.
middle.
so you can start having a look at
I've got to get a bit of breezer in there.
grasses. This breezer is actually all self-sown.
Brilliant.
I planted some last year and I didn't harvest it all, and it's just an entire bed has grown all by itself this year, which is amazing.
That's what I do with my my foxgloves.
Oh,
They just
yes,
go.
they're gorgeous.
Occasionally, I'll put some seeds in with some really posh ones.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
obviously, they all eventually revert back to pink.
yeah.
But meanwhile, you've got these one or two really nice
Extra
orange,
special
extra
ones.
special ones. Yeah.
I do love those like apricot
Yes.
ones.
Yeah. They did have the name,
They
didn't they?
did,
They were
yeah.
really fashionable for a bit.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they are either. But I just chuck them in, just sprinkle them around in late summer.
Yeah, we did have a foxglove patch actually last year. It's just reminded me, so I'll be interested to see. Not seen them coming up yet, but they could be hidden behind the shrubs. I'm going to pop another bit of grass just in there, I think. And if you have any leaves or anything that just looks a little bit less than than what you'd like, then you can just rip it off. Just pull it off. Right, I think I'm quite happy with that. All British flowers.
So, but there's something nice about. It's nice that they haven't travelled miles and miles, and it's nice that they're in season,
Yes.
and there is something very nice about that.
And they always just smell so amazing, British flowers as well. To add in anything else though, you could just keep adding and adding.
Knowing when to stop. It's like
Tweaking.
painting. You got to
Yeah.
know when you've got to step away. Step away.
It's done.
It's done. Well, I think I'm really pleased with that.
That's lovely. And I love the breezer now that you've got there. Just
Yeah, that was what was missing in that gap.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've loved it.
Good,
Absolutely
good.
loved it.
And I'd love to see if you do any more.
I
You
will, and I will post
can
it.
Tag us in them.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much for letting me come along and play
Thank
with your
you.
flowers.
Thank you for joining me.